we're at in this stage or this evolution of Encore Search Partners is we're really embracing our own authentic brand and our own authentic voice, right? I think I used to be so scared about how people would receive or perceive me in the market because I wanted everybody to like me. And then I realized that shit, like, 20% of people are just not going to like me. And so what I need to do is just continue to show up as my true authentic self. And then the 80 people that kind of vibed with it, the relationship and the bond would become stronger. Right. And so not needing to be a people pleaser for 100%, because if social media has taught me anything, it doesn't matter what you post, you're always going to be haters. I could write a $100,000 donation check on Friday. We're going to the Ronald McDonald House Gala, right? With my friend Ryan Herbst. If I post that I write a donation check, somebody's going to be like, "Oh, look at this guy showing off. Oh, he's only doing it for marketing purposes." It's like, dude, you can't win them all, man. And so really just showing up and being your true authentic self, I think, is what separates a lot of the entrepreneurs from some of the people that are trying to make it. Yeah.
I love it. If you are at a stage now where it seems like you guys are trying to become a thought leader and someone in the position that people will look to, from an operations perspective, you mentioned using EOS. I know that you have also had a chief of staff. You brought in the right kind of individuals. Do you feel like you've reached a point where you can feel to quote Jim Collins, that flywheel effect?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like we're certainly at the infancy stages of that. We're certainly not humming, right? We're not Amazon, that's doing, got a $2.5 billion or $1 trillion market cap. With that being said, I think a lot of our people that we have in place are just extensions of my own thought process on, what are the key initiatives that need to be implemented. I would venture to say that we're not going to be at that true flywheel capability until it's information systems that are doing a lot of that, that tactical implementation, right? Because if I still require Scott to do this and Jacqueline to do this, and Casey to do this, and Jacob and Kelsey and Barish, then we're just a compilation of individual capabilities, right? But if I can say that this data system can do that, this marketing strategy can do that, right? This AI automation or system can accomplish this business process, that's whenever I've seen employers really hit that flywheel effect.
Man, I agree with you, Jeremy. I think it's the living in the gray zones is what I always talk about. There are distinct functional needs, and you start to build out that leadership team, and then all of a sudden you recognize, hey, we're mature at this and we're really good at it. We can get better at this. But then the people who are capable of seeing in between that and moving beyond the silos, and sometimes it's systems.
Yes.
Sometimes it is individuals. But the bottom line is that gray zone is a big difference, once you start to evolve past the obvious.
Absolutely. It's funny that we're talking about this because I came up with an analogy just now with the visual. So if we were like in a rowboat, right, in the beginning, people are using different size oars. Maybe they're in the wrong location of the rowboat. They don't have the rhythm down and they're kind of like fighting each other. Well, I would say we're still in that rowboat, but now we've got rhythm, right? But how do we get out of a rowboat and how do we get into a steamboat? That would be really, really nice. Yeah.
I was going to say, if I know you're building an engine in the garage and you're ready to replace that. Yeah.
And one day we're not going to be in a steamboat, right? We're going to be in a yacht and it's going to be incredible.